for some way in the decaffeinating process, it removes the hull.
Right, the water washes the hull off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And you can get it in 1 pound, 2 pound, 5 pounds, 10 pounds, and 50 pounds.
Okay, now these are 1 pounds?
These are 2 pounds.
2 pounds, and what does a 2 pound bag cost?
About $10.
About
10 or $11. And it'll depend upon the quality too. Like blue, Kona Blue is more, because that's like the highest end coffee. But you can get that green and roast yourself.
How much does that cost, green? Do you have any idea? Is it?
Oh, I think I paid $13 a pound for it.
That's cheap. That is cheap for that. That's very cheap for that.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it seems like, because I ordered about a year ago.
Because it goes like 25, 30 ground and roasted and already, you know what I'm saying, to buy it.
Yeah, and so the other thing that's great about green coffee beans is they'll keep for a long time if you store them in a cool, dark place. Unlike roasted beans, green beans will store for a long time. So you can order once a year and get a good stash up. And store them. I store them in the bottom of my Hoosier. I've got a drawer in the bottom of my Hoosier that has a metal top on it, so I store them in the bottom of my Hoosier cabinet.
Or for those so inclined, go ahead and get a 50-pound bag and just stick it in the survival shelter or whatever.
Right, I would. Yeah, I think no doubt a lot of our viewers will start buying green coffee because almost everybody's got a popcorn popper.
That's sitting unused.
Right.
You might as well use it up, and they're cheap.
Right. We have a tendency now to buy popcorn and throw it in the microwave, don't we?
And have all those chemicals.
Is that really full of all bad chemicals?
I have heard that. I've heard it's some really nasty stuff in microwavable popcorn.
And that hydrogenated oil.
Yeah, trans fats.
Yeah, trans fats.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure I'm going to quit eating it now. Yeah.
Although I do like it.
Well, you may have noticed I brought some new teacups today.
I did.
I got some more teacups to replace some of the
broken. I found this teacup on America's Most Perfect Store eBay.
You found that one?
They're on there.
Just like that with the design in the bottom. Did you see a price for them?
Not bad.
Really?
So if you key in Conway on eBay, Conway and Wedgwood. These are going to show up. Not a lot, but some. And they're not terribly expensive.
Oh, good. Yeah. Those are my favorite.
Because my girlfriend collects not the pattern with the flowers in it, just the plain. So that's how come I knew
and
that
the same.
She gets them on eBay all the time.
It's the same, but it has a different name.
Well, the plain one has a different name. This one has a name that I think is a little bit different from Conway, but just go ahead and throw in Conway and Wedgwood and see what comes up, because chances are a lot of people would list it like this. But I saw it with flowers in there.
Well, I bet they were more than $1 a piece, weren't they?
Yeah, they were more than $1, but they were under 10.
Yeah, that is cheap. Yeah, that is cheap.
So,
yeah.
If you want to replace your little teapot.
The teacups. And
or if we have some donors out there that want to replace our teapots.
Well, this one, this is really a classy looking teapot. That's a lovely teapot, the one that you brought.
I like the dial.
And I determined that it actually holds 2 cups less than the other.
Yeah, that's a nice fat pot.
And so I got a new tea ball for this. And did you notice the size of the 2 tea balls?
No.
Here, lift that one, and I'll lift this one, and I'll show you. Look how.
Oh yeah.
But we've got them in the wrong. No, we've got them in the right.
In the right.
We've got them. Look at that.
That gets the big ball. That gets the
the
Papa Bear ball, the Mama Bear ball.
Isn't that perfect?
That's the Baby Bear ball.
That's right. Isn't that perfect though?
Yeah.
Perfect match. I thought that was good. So.
And we're going to have more water ready here soon, so we can have all sorts of caffeine goodness just waiting to be consumed. So we really need more people to come in here.
I know. Well, we have finally come up with that. This is the first day that we've had to sit and beg for people. We've got 3. That's not so bad.
Yeah.
You know.
I have to go because I have an appointment at
Do you?
15, so I have to.
Oh, you must be getting close. Is it time?
We'll miss you.
And see, and that's part. Now, what what gets that now? Is it time for the big pot to get?
There's already a little bit of water in here.
All right.
Because the first two batches, there was a little bit left over both times, so I poured it in here. So we are basically going to have another very full
Yeah, go
pot
ahead and
of
fill that up.
tea. So we have so much tea. And really, that's just,
It's pretty full.
yeah,
It is.
it's pretty full.
Yeah.
What time is it getting to be?
Well, I don't know. Let me see what I can do.
I suppose I could go ahead and just top this off,
If you like, I
just a little
suppose. I suppose.
just to get rid of the water.
I suppose, yeah.
Just a
Well, go
little
ahead.
bit more water.
Go ahead, and we'll let this be for a minute. Let me see. Time.
Boy, that's good.
Time is 5:11.
Boy, that's good coffee.
It is good coffee. It is. That's some serious coffee. I mean, it's got very rich taste to it. Not
Well, the
That-
tea party is diminished with your loss.
That's the way coffee should taste like it smells, and that's up there.
You notice I'm starting to rock back and forth a little bit.
Okay, John, I'm gonna leave the coffee pot and pick it up later in the week.
okay.
Goodbye, roast your own coffee. It's easy.
That's great. But it sounded like it was still cracking when you turned it off.
It was, but it was smoking so much that I was getting nervous.
At home, would you let it?
Yeah,
Would you
at
let it go?
home I just turn on my fan and open my back door and
You'd let it run a
let
little
the
longer.
pressure pull it out.
Does it stop cracking after a while?
Well, about halfway into that second crack, and when I
It's
look
tough.
at it, I'll look down on there and see if those beans look good and dark like they did. Then I'll stop it. But basically, it's definitely that second crack because I like coffee done really dark.
All right, I'm going to see.
Bye.
Bye-bye. You trying to call somebody to get them in here?
I thought I would.
I'm gonna do that too.
All right, we're going to call people and see if Nasty Nate can be talked to. Is that you? Getting it?
Hello? Yeah, you know what? That was the wrong number. Sorry about that. It's problem with trying to remember numbers.
All right, public access, live TV, come on down. Oh, come on down and have one of the best cups of coffee or a cup of tea.
Sure, I can call. Leave your name and number, and I'll call you back later. Bye.
All right. Nothing there. All right. Oh, well. That's right, boys and girls. Remember, keep those cards and letters coming in. And folks, don't forget those checks, because them's what keeps us on the air. All right.
So, Brother John, is there going to be any miracles for anybody that sends in some checks?
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. Miracles. Hello, is this Adam?
Yes, it is. How are you?
Hi, this is John. How are you?
I'm alright.
All right. I called to see if you could come to the tea party.
Yeah.
You can?
Yeah. I should be able to.
Okay.
Are you having it right now?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, you're on the air right now on the cell phone. Yeah. And we have not only two different kinds of tea, but also coffee, where we just finished roasting, not only roasting beans right here. So these are freshly roasted and freshly ground as well. So, well, we got more than an hour worth of show left. An hour, yeah.
Do you go on from 6?
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's
What time? Oh, okay. I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't know about time, but yeah, we go off. We got until 6.
okay. Well, yeah, I'll try to get down there. I don't know if I'll be able to get there.
Maybe you won't.
Try.
I'm a little late getting started inviting people, aren't I?
Yeah.
Well, there's always tomorrow and the next day.
Yeah, I definitely want to come on. Is it,
Okay, I'm back.
Mm-hmm. Huh?
who are you again?
Right now, my guest is Matt. Myself and Matt, who's hamming in front of the camera just a little bit. And if we drink all of this coffee and all of this tea ourselves, we're going to be in trouble. Okay. And Matt brought a transformer. Bye-bye. Okay. All right, bye-bye. Oh. Hello? Hello?
I'm just getting such a kick out of looking myself on that monitor over there.
All right. Do that. Do get a kick out
I'll
of it.
just wave the transformer back and forth and pretend to play with it for a little while to entertain the viewing public.
Okay, this is one of those experiments that shows that. Hey, do come in. Please come in. We have groovy coffee today, and we have 2 different kinds of tea. And well,
Yeah.
we have tea. I don't know where the little piece of paper went. Did you throw the piece of paper away from the tea? We have this kind of tea in that pot, and we have these little tea pellet.
Good stuff, good stuff.
like some tea.
And by all means, sit down and talk for a minute. Don't be camera shy, because I'm sitting here right in front of
I
the
saw
camera
that.
playing
It's
with the
funny.
transformer.
Are
so
we-
you
Yes,
cannot
come in, come in.
look
Are we
directly
out of
right now.
content?
Have a lab coat.
But
Possibly
we
look-
have a quarter report
We
due
just
soon.
got
We gotta
done
do
with
reporting. We
tea.
just came into
to grab a
Liven
cup
up the
of,
shot
and we
and
also
just
have
some
coffee
tea.
from not only fresh ground beans, but from also freshly roasted
I
beans.
used to have a little guy like him. These guys are
cute.
great French presses. Look at all the cookies. Yoink.
That's,
So do you guys need topics? And do you guys have audio right now?
yeah, we have
We
audio.
have audio.
Oh.
Audio's good.
Oh dear. Did I say anything bad just now?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay.
So you need
Hot
you need topics?
topics. We need guests who will come and
All right.
stay and talk to us.
How about quackery science?
Okay.
Like, and it's there. Maybe there is no such thing unless you really.
Mad.
You have little cubes.
Mad.
How adorable.
Oh yes, we always have
cubes.
sugar cubes at the Mad Scientist's tea
All
party.
right, I will print something out for you because when I called in and was talking about memory, water having memory, you all looked at me like I was crazy.
I've
No,
seen
I've
that.
heard about that.
Have you heard about that?
I
The
have heard
French
about
guy?
that, yeah.
Yeah. And then I made an amusing joke about tea, and nobody thought it was funny. So, yeah.
Okay.
hold on.
I'm gonna. There we go. Satisfying clicks. Whoops. I
That's
like
good.
it when transformers click when they're transforming, but so many of them actually don't. So this is why this is one of my favorite ones, because the electronic sounds it has aren't lame, and it clicks sometimes. I'm such a kid at heart.
What do you think about the
Hello,
Transformers
Amos.
movie?
I am
I
on
am
the air.
so
Am I
looking
interrupting
forward
you
to
at
it.
this time?
Really?
You bet. Because
Oh, you are at work.
it is going to have something that I have wanted to
see,
see
I didn't know
for
if you
more
were-
than 20 years now, which is the Decepticons going after the United States military with the
Okay.
cartoon
Well, we're
gloves
still on
off.
till 6,
Wow.
and we have more tea and coffee than we can drink.
Top of the line CGI effects with big killer robots actually doing some killing.
Oh,
They're really
URTV.
Oh yeah.
Did they rate it R?
Okay.
No.
I heard they were gonna
Do you know where Tunnel Road?
No,
You
they're
know,
gonna.
Okay, like if you were
but-
leaving town, getting ready to
You
go
can
through the tunnel
actually throw a
before
pretty
you go through the
significant
tunnel.
amount
Okay,
of violence into PG.
you can
as
turn
long
on
as,
Town
you
Mountain
don't
Road.
have splattering gore
And you
going
head up Town
everywhere.
Mountain Road, but before you go over the bridge, you go up
You
Town
can have a
Mountain
big
Road,
robot
and then
foot
you
come
make
down
your
on somebody,
first
you just can't
right
see the oozing puddle
on
of
Town Mountain
gore
Road
come
bef-
out
Right.
afterwards.
before you hit the bridge,
Yes.
and you go back in there, and you
So they
pass
do
the
that?
church, and then turn into the parking lot
I've seen
on
one
your
trailer.
right, and the building is marked.
That's exciting.
I find it exciting, and
Alright.
I'm glad you
And if you
feel
have
this
any
way as
show and
well.
tell you'd like to
Yeah,
come,
I'm a computer
bring,
animator, so I watch
let this be
3D
just your
animation.
first
I've heard it's
introduction,
supposed to
and
be
let's have more of these, okay? Okay.
That's great.
Yes.
See you shortly.
You know who's doing it?
All right. Okay, we have.
DreamWorks is doing it. Steven Spielberg is the executive producer, and I'm a little iffy about this, but oh well, have to live with it. It's being directed by Michael Bay.
Now, what is this? This is what, some screenplay you've written or something?
No, the
Transformers movie.
live-action Transformers movie. It started out as a toy line and a cartoon back in '84, but the technology is finally to the point that they could make a live action movie with live actors and photorealistic CGI Transformers. It's coming out in 3 months.
I have to still Bethany
I know.
because I need her
Yeah.
for something.
Okay.
But okay, so long story short, hey Zach's here. Long story short, the whole water has memory thing by the French scientist all debunked. Other people said put your money where your mouth is, and his scientific test could not hold up, so it's all not true.
All debunked.
However, what's the other thing? Oh, Harry Potter, the invisibility cloak. I read somewhere that this is actually a thing that's happening.
Japanese are working on
it. It's legit. I don't know if it can completely make you invisible, but invisible enough. A little part of you invisible is pretty cool.
That is cool.
And then the other thing you guys could discuss is that there was a couple in Sweden that named their baby Metallica, and the Swedish government said, no, you cannot name your baby Metallica. I guess because it's...
Copyright?
No, just because they did not like it. So they're fighting it, and I guess they're going to be able to name their baby Metallica, and it turns out that there's another baby in Sweden that has a middle name that's Metallica.
So which tea
So
did
just
you get?
to talk amongst
I got
yourselves, and I
Swedish
gotta get back
government
to
You
tried
got
to
that
tell
one?
somebody they
Yes.
couldn't.
How do you like
Now,
it?
you know what?
Delicious.
I
I
would
also put 4
probably
sugar cubes,
suggest
but-
you don't name your baby
Huh? You
Metallica.
used 4 sugar cubes?
But,
It's your right, isn't
I think
it?
Yeah.
that might have been
And
a
we
bit
think
much.
our
Yeah.
baby
you know,
is taking
and it's
priority
that
now.
baby's right to
I
grow
wish
up
I had a bigger
hating its
cup.
parents if it wants to.
Yes.
Yes.
Her little name
All right,
could
now
be,
let's have a real live testimonial about the tea. How's the tea?
This tea is delicious. I love it, and I can't get
Hey,
enough.
How would you rank it against other teas, all other teas you've had in your life?
Among all other teas, this is definitely number 1, I'd have to say.
This is the best tea you've ever had in your
Really?
entire life?
I just started drinking tea, though, so
Okay.
the only other tea I've had is Lipton, so this beats
Oh.
that.
All right.
For a moment there, I
this
thought you
is
were going for
good
the
tea.
shameless endorsement.
Very
Really
tasty
good
tea.
That's
Coffee.
And I have got to get
if
work
you
done.
want. If you want the
The
turbo
invisibility
boost,
cloak is seriously.
finish that off.
I want one. Get me one for Christmas.
That's what I wrote my brother because
For
he sent me
Christmas.
the article. I'm like, I want one. So
For Christmas, yes.
that's a really good topic.
I
I've
know.
heard that the prototype contains more computing power, however, than you can carry on you. Like,
Why? Because you have to be able to handle.
I know, but
electrical shocks?
everything's getting smaller, don't you
Who
know?
can handle that?
Because from what I
Who
understand,
can
it's
handle
covered with
electricity?
it's basically covered with some sort of
Have some tea.
LED diode type material, and it needs to constantly shift to adapt to the environment.
Right.
So get your
So
little, a
the
little
computing
saucer.
power
See that little
necessary in
saucer?
order for it to really work, you need this big cable coming off of you running to the computer that's
Put-
running it.
now put
You-
your
the
cup in the
computing power
saucer.
doesn't
Put-
exist for you to carry it on you
There
yet.
you
So
go.
until
Now
they
pour,
make
now pour tea in it.
cable
Yeah.
invisible.
And then you gotta hold it with like your pinky
And
up somehow.
until we get to another nth time, so that the computer like that you need to run it can be like that. Yeah.
Right. Which deals to
Okay.
heat
Have
issues,
some-
which can lead to
some
another very
tea.
interesting topic about how they're making synthetic diamonds, and
Oh, that.
and these diamonds will be able to handle the heat on certain on chips for processing. Okay, but seriously, I gotta go.
Right.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Now, do you need sugar, or this? Or,
Sugar cubes,
okay, sugar cubes. Mad scientist sugar cubes.
and they fizzle.
Mm-hmm. It's like
So what are you guys talking
there's
about?
there's some little spoons there. Look, we have spoons
There has
today.
not yet been one set subject, but has anybody done a shameless plug for their TV show yet?
No,
today?
he came to do. He's got cinematics.
Okay,
he's
well,
ready
yeah,
to-
definitely plug
Ready
cinematics.
to plug cinematics.
Okay, well, the new episode is actually the best one I could say is coming this Thursday,
All right.
7:30. That's the new time, so 7:30 Thursdays.
Thursdays at 7:30. Tomorrow at 7:30.
Mhm.
Do you dance more on this one?
I took the dancing out.
You took the dancing out, and it's
People-
still the
Hey,
best.
Hello.
Hey,
People
hey,
like the
hey,
dance.
hey! Please join us. Very good. Finally, we were beginning to sit and cry in front of the microphone. Please come to the same party. Yes. Let's fix him up with a saucer and grab a cup there, and okay, and now we have coffee, freshly.
Lots of cookies.
We have
Cookies.
fresh when we have tea in both pots. We have
Got lots of tea, and that is
We have-
such strong coffee.
yeah.
Strong coffee.
Yes, and we have tea here that's as dark as
Well,
coffee.
I better take the cute tea. It's gonna be late
We'll try
today.
this. This is, well, see,
What kind is that?
I want somebody, well,
Tea,
that's not
more
all
tea.
that dark. We got more, it got more. But go show that cup of tea to the camera, if you will. Go take it right up to the lens and show the darkness of this particular tea. Doesn't it look dark as coffee?
That's nice.
Okay.
Looks good.
So I was out doing some spring shooting today.
Oh yeah.
Nice day for spring shooting.
Now I recommend a splash of milk in this particular tea. Yeah, and some form of sweetener. Yes. Do you? I don't know if you take
Don't
it.
do any sweetener.
So have you had previous episodes of cinematics?
Yeah,
as well?
and they weren't that good, I could say. They're
Splash of
it's
milk?
all learning.
I'd
Well,
go.
you know,
I'd
so far
splash
this
more,
is
but you
learning.
know, as you will.
The idea is you slowly get better with every show.
Yeah.
The
Such a
first
nice day.
we've in many ways improved
Such
since
a
the
nice
first
day. I just
episode of
wanted
Mount
to,
Dungeon, though there
take
are
some
some things about the
spring
first episode of
pictures
Mount
of the
Dungeon we have
botanical
not
Oh,
yet
still life.
gotten to. So like did the personally at this point still with the 5 episodes that we
Stills.
actually have completely produced and on the air, the back CGI backgrounds for the first one are still my favorite, just because so much more effort was put into those.
I like the latest one. It's gonna come on tomorrow night, 11 o'clock.
Yes.
Eliza Lynn.
Yes, Eliza Lynn, episode 5 of Mount Dungeon, Thursday, 11 p.m. on this station.
It'll be
I
good.
wasn't really in the camera for that.
Well, what does Eliza do? Eliza
She-
plays guitar and
She
sings.
is such a great singer.
And does she also play a banjo?
She plays a banjo. She plays guitar. She has her own band. I don't know if she has a name for it yet, but John Corbin of the Rib Tips, he's in it. Mike Alexander plays the upright bass. Sean Foley, the accordion, the piano.
But she writes songs and sings, doesn't she?
Yeah.
She can really sing good,
She
can't
can
she?
really, really sing well.
You know,
And this was, did you do the sound, was this from this week, or when did you record this one?
this was about 2 months ago.
2
2 months ago.
Yeah, and when the episode, so far with Mount Dungeon, when the episode comes on, we filmed it about 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is the way it's going right
Okay. Well, how does this one sound? Does it sound good?
now.
sounds
we want
alright.
it to sound. We want it to
It
sound
can-
a little bit better. We were still learning.
Yeah.
It sounds okay.
Okay. Well, while we're on it, let me plug one of the other shows that I work with, which is the Green Radio Bistro, which you can all catch on this channel.
She was
Just
on there
finished
too.
it
We-
last night.
Dr. Zach and I just went to the rap party last night to wrap it up. It was WRAP.
Dr. Blackwell
And
sang, played.
So, are they done doing it? Is that it?
well, it's the last episode so far. Now they're going to shop it around, and if somebody picks it up, we'll continue doing it, and if not, we won't. I mean, you know, that's the way it works. But we had, was it David Holt was the guest last night? Have you all ever heard of David Holt?
Yeah, David Holt.
Was our musical guest last night. And what was the fellow's name that played with him? Please remember it, Zach. Can you say his name? Did you catch it? He was really good. I really liked the kid that played with him last night. As a matter of fact, I wanted to get up with him and maybe use him on some future recordings and stuff because he's so good.
I think Eliza's been on that show too.
Yeah, I did. Eliza was on, I think, our second show.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she was very good.
She's always fabulous.
She was very good. And
And I went there specifically just to watch you guys work.
mhm.
And I'm very impressed with the degree with which Green Radio Bistro has it together.
You think?
Well, from my perspective,
Uh-huh.
because we went into making Mount Dungeon very much on the fly. We just figured it out as we went.
Well, I'll tell you-
Episode 1, we just jumped right into it with almost no knowledge whatsoever, and there's clearly a certain amount of preparation and thought that had gone into Green Radio Bistro in comparison to what we were doing. But we've trying to learn and get better with every episode.
Well, I'll tell
You
you.
didn't see the errors.
I'll tell you what most people.
There is progress.
What most people don't know is what kind of talent is behind the scenes on that. We have one girl that works with us who's already worked on a show that what is it? TV shows win? Do they win Emmys? Is that what?
Oh yeah, Lisa Coates.
Yeah. Okay. Lisa's already won what 3 Emmys? I think.
Yeah.
See,
I thought it was one.
I think it was 3,
Oh.
but at least one. Okay,
Yeah.
we've got so she's won an Emmy or Emmys, I think multiple, and then our director has worked on a number of things, and what always comes to mind, the one I can remember, he's worked on probably more impressive things, but the Teletubbies. He was part of Teletubbies.
Oh, I
So-
can go in. Yeah, Robin Stevens did. Or he was with the BBC network for 20 years.
Okay.
I read up on it.
Okay,
Oh,
so
I see.
he's our director and stuff like that. So I mean, we have We really do have, and of course I'm doing the audio.
Well, I had the impression that there was previous experience going into this.
Yeah, and it's still mayhem.
Yeah.
Well,
I can't. It is to me amazing how you can get so many people together with so much experience, and it's just absolute mayhem. It's like they still don't have a clue. I'm just like,
one of the things, consider the environment that it is being filmed in.
Yeah.
It's
a grocery
hard
store,
environment to
a
control.
working grocery
It's
store.
a very hard environment to
Robbing just
control.
crazy.
People are walking in front of our cameras to go to the bathroom. I know.
But, attention, green
Oh, yeah, right,
grocers,
right.
and Robin's like,
Or the juice grinder goes on.
And nothing to be done. Which it never that admittedly never quite made sense to me. I guess they were trying to have a live audience. Was that what they were going for?
Well,
They wanted an
it all.
environment where
I
they
think
could
it
have a
all
live
came.
audience.
I think it all really came together right there in the. Well, you may know that sometime back, a place that was near and dear to the hip of the Ashevilleans. How long have you been here?
9 years.
9 years. Okay, you may have been familiar with a place called Vincent's Ear.
Yes.
You may have. You've
Where I met my girlfriend, actually.
Exactly. So there are, okay, but all right, before Vincent's Ear, the center of the Asheville Underground was the back porch of Malaprops.
That was before my time, but I've heard stories.
The downstairs and the downstairs of Malaprops. Oh, please have all
This one?
this.
You're recommending one too.
I recommend this one, and I recommend a splash of milk with this, and a sweetener of some form.
Okay.
But
I like this one.
you recommend that one? Do you like
Yeah,
that one?
this
It's good, isn't it? They're trying not to
Orange
serve
one.
any swag here. I hope that gets by. We
The sensors.
yeah. Well, we added a little extra water to it, but anyway, it'll still be okay. And there's milk in here.
Okay.
orange
Anyway,
tea, great.
So the center of the Asheville Underground used to be the back porch of Malaprops, and that was a nice scene. And then eventually, when Malaprops, of course, eventually moved out of that space and all, and has no more back porch, and the scene more or less moved down to Vincent's Ear and got a bit crazier. And I don't know where am I going with this. Oh, now Vincent's Ear is closed.
Gone.
Exactly. And it turns out that our neighborhood coffee shop for a lot of people turned into the Green Life grocery store. And we go in, and I was a regular there. I go in and get a bran muffin and a cup of coffee, and I ran across Ian there, and in the place, and Ian approached me and said, "I'm thinking about doing a show. Would you like to do audio on it?" And it might have been it was at least 6 months, if not a year, in advance to the show, So to a large degree, the contacts were made right there. That's where we were hanging out, and so we just, the show's done. It really did become the neighborhood hangout. You see what I mean? It was the little deli place that was the neighborhood hangout, and so we just decided to produce the show. And welcome here. Fix this fella up with a cup of coffee, or tea, or
tea.
something. What would you have? Tea?
Yes, I'll have tea.
Okay. Try this one. This
one's just about empty.
yeah.
I
Try
apologize.
this pot right here.